Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's the next day now, the day Greg plans to begin shooting film for Mary and Harry's television special. And a few hundred yards from their base camp in the Transvaal, Greg is giving last-minute instructions to the cast and crew as we...
Now, what we're going to do here at the opening is I'm going to take a long shot of the mountain range there in the back.
Right.
And then I'm going to slowly pan down to the near bush here.
Yeah.
And then pan across to you, Harry, and you, Mary. And then I want you, Calvin, and Pop, you to be kneeling in front of Mary and Harry. And I want all four of you waving at the camera.
Be kind of like a group picture in home movies, won't it?
I don't want that home movie look at all.
No, but I mean the way we were positioned there.
I want this to be a very professional-looking thing. Remember, this is going to be a television special.
Right, and this will be the opening, and the titles, of course, will be super on the film of us.
I'm planning to have this thing scheduled for Thanksgiving evening.
Good.
And everybody, I figure, in America will be watching the Backstages in Africa.
Yeah, I like to sit down and watch TV after a big Thanksgiving Day dinner.
Now, let me see again now. You're going to, you say you're going to take a shot of the mountains out back there. Then you're going to shoot the woods here, and then pan across to the four of us. Pop and I are underneath, and we're all waving at the camera, is that right? Yeah, that's
it?
Right.
And do we say anything, Greg, like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving to you from the Backstage?
Well, we can dub that in later.
Yeah, I think so.
But you can mouth it if you want.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, let me just get this camera here in focus.
All right, we'll go get in position. We can have a dry run.
Very good.
Yeah, I'll kneel down right here.
I'll be right here. And I'll stand here. And then you'll be there, Harry, right?
Never realized be as noisy as this out here in the Transvaal.
Okay, I'm going to start shooting now.
All right. Tell the crew to quiet down, Greg.
It's as quiet as I can get.
All right.
Action. I just told myself action. Now I'm filming.
Smile, Mary, when he brings the camera down.
Now I'm slowly panning down to the woods. Now I'm slowly panning across over.
What was that? Oh, sounded like a shot ringing out.
My hat. Someone threw my hat.
A bullet went through your hat. Look,
what is
look
this?
At the hole right in that side and out the other.
Hey!
Cut, Greg.
Cut! Hold it. What happened?
Tell yourself to cut, Mr. Marlowe.
What happened? Hey!
Someone shot at us. Went right through Calvin's hat. If he hadn't been wearing a tall hat, might have gone through his head.
Look what went through my hat.
You're not wearing any hat, Mary. Well, she was wearing that little bandana. Knocked it off her head. Yeah. Would be... Now, that's getting too close. Went through my blazer.
I think we all better hit the dust. Let me figure out what this is.
What do you mean by that, Greg?
I mean, we're sitting pigeons here. You know, as long as we stand around talking this way, whoever is sniping at us is counting.
I'm down on the dust. Yeah, I'm down too.
I'm down too.
Now let's crawl back to the base camp. Maybe we can get in.
I have these high heels on.
Well, kick them off, Mary. Our safety is more important. Hurry up.
Okay, that's all the filming for today.
And so, the first day of shooting of the Mary and Harry Backstage television safari has met with troubles. Who is firing the shots at them? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Greg say,
Oh, it's you.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, as Greg Marlowe prepared to shoot the first scenes for Mary and Harry's TV special on Africa, 3 shots rang out and bullets narrowly missed our friends. Now, moments later, at the Backstage base camp in the Transvaal, Greg calls out,
Who did that?
Mr. Marlowe?
Yes.
It's me.
Oh, the cook. What were you doing?
I'm very sorry. I was trying to shoot that springbok for your dinner. Springbok? Springbok.
Springbok for dinner? What's that?
Springbok fall forward, isn't it? No, you don't understand. The springbok is that animal, and very delicious, too, but very fast. He ran behind you as you were shooting the opening scenes.
You hit me, or you hit my scarf, and you put one through his hat. Yeah, well, right through my hat.
Right through my red and white blazer, too.
Yeah, we almost had a catastrophe on our hands. Don't you have practiced this common care when you use a rifle?
Oh, most certainly, Mr. Marlowe, and I can only express my sincere apologies for having the bullets go where they did.
Did you get the springbok?
No, I didn't, so I've got to continue hunting, but I'll wait until you finish the opening scene if you want to shoot it again.
Well, I'll have to. Okay, let's try that scene again.
Oh, well,
put that rifle up, will you?
Yes, I will, sir.
Thank you very much.
Let's brush all this dust off us. We have to hit the ground when those shots rang out.
Shall I still wear that hat with the hole in it, Mr. Marlowe? No, let's everybody take off hats. No need to have hats on in this picture. And no dark glasses either.
All right. Mary, you composed now?
Well, yes. I'm wondering what a springbok would taste like. That's what concerns me.
Well, you may get to try some tonight if he has any luck.
It's probably gamey. Probably has a gamey taste.
Well, you have to rely on the animals around here to keep our meals coming.
Well, I'm a vegetarian, I think, now that I'm here in Africa. I just soon eat just plain lettuce. Well, whatever.
Are you going to shoot the scene the same way, Greg? You're going to start with the background and
we're
pan
trying
down?
the same thing again.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll shoot the big mountain backdrop there.
Yeah, right.
Then I'll slowly pan down and pick up the woods immediately back of the camp. And then I'll dolly in here and get a close-up of you. And I want you all smiling and waving at the camera.
Right.
You sure you want to do that? Because...
it does look like home movies.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why, what do you mean?
Well, it just looks like kind of amateur night in West Newton, we used to say.
You don't think that would make a good opening shot?
I think it should be a little more formal.
Listen, who's producing this anyway?
Well, you're
Mr.
right.
Marlowe.
That's right, Mary.
And I don't think we'll get anywhere if we keep giving him advice like this. He knows what he's doing. He's produced successful shows before.
That's true.
He wants us smiling and waving at the camera, then that's what we must do.
That's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to smile.
Okay, I'll do it, but it certainly will look like, home movies.
All right. Well, tell us when you begin, Greg.
Okay. Quiet. Action. I just told myself action. Now camera's running. I'm filming. I'll describe what I'm doing to you. I'm filming the backdrop, the mountain.
Get ready to smile, Mary.
What?
Get ready to smile.
Now I'm slowly panning down to the forest and back of the camp. Now I'm dollying in, and you can start to smile and wave.
Hey, do you hear what I hear?
Cut it. I just had to tell myself to cut.
It's a lion, Greg.
Well, so what? That's part of the charm of doing a movie here in Africa.
But he's heading through the jungle toward us. See him right behind you.
Uh-oh.
And so, Greg's and Mary's and Harry's television special seems to be destined for failure. But you ought to be here tomorrow when we'll hear Greg say,
"Why, that lion's name is Scheherazade."
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's moments after yesterday's episode now as Greg Marlowe, shooting the opening of the Backstage's African TV special, Here's the roar of a lion behind him, and Mary calls out,
I'm scared.
yes, I am too, Greg. What shall we do, run?
Don't. Stand still.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Stand right where we are.
You don't want to run. That will only upset the animal.
Mr. Marlowe,
Yes, sir?
it's me, Henry the cook.
Yes, Henry.
Is that? Yes, that's Scheherazade, that lion. You don't need to be afraid of her.
That's who?
Scheherazade.
Scheherazade?
Scheherazade.
Scheherazade? What's that?
Scheherazade, what's that?
Why, it's a trained lion. It's been in these parts for quite some time. See the little tag around its neck?
Oh, yeah, it says, I'm Scheherazade, I'm tame. Pet me.
Hello, Scheherazade. It's me, Henry the cook.
Why, that's a big pussycat, actually.
Hey, we got kind of a mascot to help us out on our special.
Hello there, pussycat. How are you? Here, shake hands.
I don't know whether lions shake or not, Calvin.
Dogs do, you know. Dogs will put out their paw and shake.
Yes.
Shake hands,
A little
Scheherazade.
more than a dog, though.
Yeah. Where do you suppose this critter weighs?
Henry, do you know whether Scheherazade has any teeth?
No, that's no
1,300 pounds. Boy, they're big cats.
You hear that, Mary? She has no teeth, even. Henry tells me.
No teeth.
No teeth?
How can she eat?
Well, I don't know. I cut up her food for her whenever she's around the cook tent.
Oh, that's it. Then you make small little bite-sized pieces for her.
That's right, and she seems to enjoy that. And then sometimes I give her that stuff that makes gravy.
Oh.
She likes that, too.
And I suppose you can give her a soft gruel or milk toast, too.
Yes, sometimes I do. Hello, Scheherazade. It's me, Henry.
Oh, he gets along nicely with that big lion.
Strangest thing I've ever thought of, to come across a lion in the African jungle and have it a table.
Hey, look, I have a wonderful, wonderful shot right here. You, Henry, your arm around Scheherazade.
Yes?
You, Pop, standing just to the left of Henry.
Right.
Mary, Harry, and you, Calvin, all come over towards the lion's head. I'll get a nice photograph of the whole
What
thing.
an opening this will be, Greg,
Look,
huh?
let me just stand back a little bit, get this all in focus.
How lucky we were to come across a tamed lion.
Should we talk to the lion and wave like you suggested before?
Sure, that'll look more natural, Greg, won't it?
No, I want you all this time to be registering fear, as though you're holding a wild animal. Wait a minute, that's not exactly telling the truth, is it?
No, it isn't.
No,
Mr.
that
Marlowe.
wouldn't be the truth. We all know this is a big tame pussycat, and we stand here looking like we're frightened, then we're not actually pictorially telling the truth.
No, I don't think I could play a scene like that, Greg. That's more acting
No.
ability than I have.
I was going to say, you're an actor. You can feign fear, can't you?
Well, I know, but we're supposed to be telling the truth about the African Transvaal here.
Well, this is just an attention-getting device that we'll use at the head of the show.
Well, I don't know.
Well, let me try it this way. All kind of look scared.
What if it ever leaked out that this was a tame lion and not a wild one like you want it to look?
Well, who would tell about it? Who was to talk about it?
Well, I don't know.
Who would say it's important?
Most of the crew here know that it's a tame lion. By now, they see us petting it.
But nowhere have we said that this is a wild animal. We're just registering fear. Let's imagine that we hadn't been told that Scheherazade was tame. You see? Approach it that way.
I don't know, Greg. It doesn't seem to be playing the game to me.
Well, okay.
But I'll go through with it.
No, we'll do it straight. Let's play it like it's a tame animal. Pretty dull opening.
And so, filming begins again with Scheherazade, the tame lion, playing a part. And you want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin expostulate.
No, she's got teeth all right.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, after they discovered that the lion, which interrupted the shooting of the opening of their TV special on Africa, was really a tame animal, our friends returned to work. Now, moments later, Greg Marlowe is prepared to try a third time to shoot the opening of the special TV.
And I think your suggestion that we play it as though it was Tame Lion is a good, valid one, and I think it will work.
Oh, I think it will make us look human, Greg, and be kind of a surprise at the opening of the show, too.
I think that's a nice idea because, you know, people like animals, but they like them better if they know they're tame.
And they wouldn't want to see a TV show in which the world-famous Broadway stars, Mary and Harry Backstage, were in any kind of danger.
No, that's right.
That's a good point.
And you know, you can transmit the feeling of danger through your audience, and if you're uncomfortable, they get uncomfortable, and next thing you know, they're turning channels.
That's right, and we don't want them to do that Thanksgiving evening.
We don't want them to do that, that's right.
Greg, have you definitely got this set for Thanksgiving? By that I mean, have you spoken to anyone at the network?
It hasn't been locked in, but I think it's firm enough for us to go ahead on that idea.
All right, come over here, Shahrazad. You're going to try the opening again.
Yeah,
huh?
I want you to... you know, just be petting the animal and smiling and look like you're having a good time.
Sure, okay.
And then now look, do you see out back there, you see off in the distance that hole in the side of the hill?
Right.
Now, after you've petted the animal here at the beginning, and I signal, I wave like this, you see, then you'll all kind of turn and head out towards the hole in that hill.
What is that, some kind of a cave, do you think?
I don't know what it is, but I want you all to file into it when you get there, and I'll be filming all the way, okay?
All right, okay.
All right, now we're going to try the opening again.
Right.
Okay, Henry, would you run the sign, Henry?
Sure thing. The clapboards?
Yeah, please.
Right. I've got dinner already anyway.
All right.
Not going to have springbok like I thought you were.
What are we going to have for dinner?
Oh, it's kind of like hamburger.
Oh, all right.
All right, this will be scene 1, take 3. Action.
Okay, gang. You know, pet the animal.
Hello, Shahrazad.
You're not taking this down on tape, the voice part, are you? No. Just, you know, just say anything you want.
Looks like we're having fun. Hello there, Shahrazad.
Oh, hello there, animal. How are you today?
Speak.
We're not going to have springbok for dinner, Shahrazad. We're going to have some kind of, like ground meat, according to Henry here.
Yeah, that'll be something that Shahrazad could eat, too, without
Should we
any
start to turn now, Greg? No, a little bit longer, petting the animal. Okay, now turn and start off through the brush.
Right.
And head for that small hole in the hill out there.
Right, that'll be a long shot.
Right.
Well, we're almost here, Mary.
Can he see us back there?
Let me see. Yes. Wave to him. He's
waving.
filming. He's waving.
So, well, here we are at the mouth of this cave. I don't think I want to be the first one to go in.
Well, I don't think I do either. This is kind of spooky to see this. Look, there's a wooden frame, a frame of wooden beams over the opening, as if it were a doorway, kind of.
And it says private.
Wonder if someone lives in here, do you suppose?
Well, look, just for the purposes of the program, I don't think we could be violating any laws. It doesn't look like anybody's inhabiting it now.
Right.
Why don't we just walk in?
Just get inside so we're out of the picture.
So that, you know, Greg can get the picture of us entering the cave.
Come on, I'll lead. Mary, you follow, and
all right.
Pop, and Calvin, you come on in. Not as dark in here as...
Well, it gets darker way in.
Oh, way in the tunnel,
Yeah. Look at that for a shiny stone here. Let me pick that up.
I wonder if Greg is still shooting. Yeah, he is. Still forward.
That's a nice stone, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly sparkles.
Yeah. I think I'll put that in my pocket. Why not? It's just a stone, right? Oh, look, there's another one. Not as big. Do you want one, Pop?
Yeah, I'd like to have one.
Yeah. Probably like mica or something, you know, that comes out of granite.
It doesn't crack like mica. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Harder than a rock, almost.
It really is hard
There's
stuff.
one over here, too. Here, Mary.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Give you that one, and I found another here.
Oh, look at this one. This is a good-sized one here. A lot of these shiny rocks. I wonder what they are.
You don't suppose that we've stumbled on
what?
On a diamond mine. Pop Beloved right when he thinks they may have stumbled into a diamond mine in East Africa? Be sure and join us on Monday when we'll hear Calvin say,
The man said for us to freeze.
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. On Friday, we left Mary, Harry, Greg, and Pop as they began exploring what appeared to be an abandoned mine, while Greg Marlowe filmed their activity. Now, a bit later, Greg stops the camera, calls into the cave to our friends.
Can you hear me in there? Hello? This is Greg Marlowe,
Over here, Greg.
Broadway producer.
This is Harry Backstage, Broadway star, beloved idol of a million other women.
Can you hear me in there?
Yes, we're over here, Greg.
I can't see you. It's pitch dark in
Wait a
there.
minute, I'll strike a match. I don't have one, Pop. Do you have a match?
No, I don't smoke, Harry. You know that.
Don't look at me. I haven't smoked for 10 years. 10
Harry,
12
do
years.
you have anything? No, you wouldn't have anything.
No, I don't have any match.
We'll have to talk you over here, Greg. We'll keep talking. You just follow the sound of our voices.
I'm filming it. I have the camera open wide up. F2.
Do you hear bats over here?
What did you say?
Bats. I hear bats fluttering their wings.
Oh, if they ever get in your hair, it's something terrible. Oh, I can't stand bats. Are you sure they're bats?
Well, they sure sound like that.
I don't hear anything. But then again, my ears aren't all that good.
Where are you, Greg?
What?
Where are
I'm
you?
at the mouth of this cave.
Well, just walk straight ahead.
All right.
We're just a few feet inside. It's pitch dark in here.
Okay.
I can't see you.
I got an idea, Harry. Let me hold this handful of sparkling stones up to that trickle of light coming through from the outside. Then it'll reflect and show him where we are. Good idea, Bob.
Well, why don't we'll just keep talking and follow the sound of the voices.
You
That's
see the
what I would
reflection of
do.
these shiny stones in my hand, Mr. Marlowe?
No, I don't see anything.
Guess that won't work then.
Can't see a thing.
I can hear your footsteps, Greg. At least I think they're yours.
Why did you go in so far? I said just go into the cave. I didn't mean for you to... How far in do you suppose you are?
Oh, maybe 50 feet. We kept picking up these sparkling stones and, well, we just lost all track of where we were walking. Mary, you with us?
Yes, but I think Greg has gone past us.
How could he go by us?
See you.
Over here, Mr. Marlowe.
I'm looking.
Oh.
Still walking. I'm way beyond 50 feet now.
Yes, well, we're not 50 feet in, I don't think, Greg. Maybe 30. Greg?
Hello.
I don't think he can hear us anymore.
Hello.
Mr. Marlowe?
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Marlowe.
Where are you folks?
Up here, Greg.
Hello.
Sounds like he's gone down a ramp or something.
I'm afraid he's really lost.
I'm afraid he is, too. You know what we've got to do is go outside, get some sort of light, flashlight or matches or something, and come back in and find him.
Oh, I just hope he's all right. Poor Mr. Marlowe.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Marlowe, we're here.
Hello. I'm lost.
Hey, you know something, Harry? What?
I'm lost.
I can't see that opening outside anymore.
What?
We must have turned the corner.
We're all lost. We're all lost.
And so it appears that not only Greg Marlowe, but Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin are lost inside the cave. You want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
Well, I wouldn't give for a turkey sandwich right now.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Car speaking. Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. In an abandoned mine shaft near their base camp in East Africa's Transvaal, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin were just about to be joined by Greg Marlowe when he himself apparently became lost. Now, as they call to Greg in the inky blackness of the mine, we hear...
Can you hear me?
Wait a minute. Yes, Greg, I can hear you.
I'm lost.
Well, instead of you trying to find us, we'll try to find you. Keep talking, Greg.
Can you hear me?
Come on, Pop. Right. Calvin, come on. Mary.
I don't think he can hear us.
That's strange. We can
Can you
hear...
hear me?
Yes, Greg, we can hear you perfectly.
Oh, good. I can hear you now.
Oh,
Where are you?
now we're getting through to him. He can hear us. We're here in the mine.
Well, so am I, but I'm lost.
Keep talking, Mr. Barlow. We'll try to find our way to you. Can you see the opening to the mine?
No.
That's not so good. That would be a big help if he still had the opening in sight. Such inky blackness in here, as
That
Word
damn.
said.
Begin to feel it in my bones now.
Yes, I do too. Mary, you with us?
Oh, yes.
Let's
I'm
stay
right
together.
here. I'm having a good time, actually, for all the fearfulness that's going on.
Are your eyes getting accustomed to this
Yeah.
inky blackness?
Yeah, just like in the movie house. You know,
Yeah.
you go in first, you can't see a thing. Now I can see everything. I can see
see
the end of the cave way up there.
Yes, you can. Where about?
Yes. See, right up there?
Yeah, that's it. Over
Oh,
there.
yeah, right.
Yes, I see it myself,
Oh,
too.
you've got
beginning
good
to
eyesight, Barry.
Take shape.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to throw away these sparkling stones I picked up.
Everyone in my family always had good eyesight.
Yeah, I'm going to throw
Always
mine
had
away,
wonderful eyesight. We used to always say how Grandpa, he could see everything. He could see the grass grow, he used to say.
No sense carrying sparkling stones around in your pocket. People look at you like you're some kind of a nut.
My grandmother never wore eyeglasses. She lived into the 90s. Never needed them to read.
That certainly is the opening up there. I think I'll throw my sparkling stones away, too. It's no need to take those back to camp with us.
What are you going to throw them away for? I have a nagging suspicion that they're diamonds.
Diamonds? Diamonds?
Diamonds?
You mean that, Calvin?
Why not? We're in Africa. Don't diamonds come from Africa?
Yes, I guess they do get them here.
Sure.
I got to pick mine up and take them back to camp, just in case.
I'm still
Yeah,
lost.
guess I will, too. We're coming toward you, Greg. Keep talking.
I'm very lost now.
Was that you, Greg?
What?
Was that you tripping over something?
I'm lost.
Yes, I know. Did you just trip? We heard somebody fall down in here.
Oh, I tripped, yes. Over a big stone that sparkled.
I was the one that fell down. Help me up, Harry. Oh, yeah, take my hand. I ought to brush myself off.
I had an uncle, my drinking uncle, who had perfect eyesight. They say that he could hit a curveball.
If these are diamonds, we could very well be rich, wealthy.
He could see a ball curve, he said. And that's pretty exciting when you think of it, a man that age hitting a ball all over the ballpark.
Right, I'm going to hang on to these stones just in case they are diamonds.
Hey!
Oh, hello, Greg.
Oh, I'm back with you people.
You stumble over a big shiny stone, you say?
Yeah.
We'll have to come back here
They're
with
diamonds, I think, Mr. Marlowe.
We think they might be diamonds.
You think they might be diamonds?
That's right, Greg. They sparkled when we first came in here, because...
Well, there's no need for us to make a TV show. This is our fortune right here. Maybe we've discovered our own private diamond mine.
Say, maybe you're right. Maybe we'll be wealthy beyond all dreams.
Well, let's start out anyway. Follow me. I've got great eyesight, Mr. Marlowe. Follow me.
Keep talking, Mary. What's that? Well, that must be Henry the cook out shooting our dinner again.
Hey!
What?
The reverberation is caused an avalanche.
The mine is caving in. And so our friends find that the mine is caving in around them. Will they be able to escape? Sure, and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say...
He could see a ball curve, he said.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble One. Word car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness
against the concrete heart of Broadway. A television special based on the Backstage's recent African safari was shown in the early morning hours of the Saturday following Thanksgiving. And right now it's Monday at their home in Skunk Haven. Mary and Harry, along with Pop and Calvin, discuss the show with its producer Greg Marlowe as we hear...
You know, you won't believe it, but I forgot to tune in for the TV special the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Well, it worked out pretty well, Calvin.
How'd
Pop
it work?
did his tap dancing number, and we recited a little bit of Shakespeare, which was fresh in our minds from Las Vegas, and we filled that middle section pretty well.
Seemed to go pretty good, I thought. Of course, when you're so close to it, you can't give a real objective criticism.
Oh, that's right. And, of course, I haven't tap danced for a number of months now. It goes quite a way back. I was a little bit rusty, but I made most of the steps.
How'd you tie in tap dancing with the African Safari TV special?
Well, we didn't try to tie it in, Calvin. When the first reel finished and the second commercial was over, we just came on live, looked into the camera, we winked, and then we said, we'd like to do a little bit of Shakespeare for you for variety. And everybody seemed to enjoy that. They sat back, didn't say much.
I am waiting for Dwayne Pixley to call from the network. He's got the latest breakdown on the audience.
Oh, boy, they get a rating that quickly, Greg, do
they
they?
can get it overnight, you know.
Say, maybe that's your call now. Let me answer and
Okay,
see.
fine.
Maybe it would be Dwayne Pixley.
Probably is Dwayne Pixley.
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, who's calling, please?
Dwayne Pixley, I imagine.
Yes, Dwayne Pixley. Just a moment, Greg is right here.
Fine.
How's everything, Dwayne? Oh, go ahead.
Hello, Dwayne. Yes. Pretty well, thank you. Oh.
Look at Mr. Marlowe's expression change from happiness,
Oh.
carefree responsibility,
Oh.
yes, to one of frowning contemplation.
He's writing them down. Oh.
I'll look over his shoulder here. Maybe they're not as bad. Oh,
How did it look?
let me take a look. Maybe
Yeah.
you're reading them wrong. Oh,
Yeah. No. No. Yes, Dwayne. Well, I'll be in there tomorrow.
doesn't sound too good, does it, Harry?
Thank you for calling.
Well, I don't know. about
Goodbye.
Well,
What was
Greg,
that? That was,
Certainly wrote down a
Dwayne.
lot of numbers there.
You didn't register very high in the ratings that Saturday morning after Thanksgiving.
Well,
really?
By that you mean we weren't equal to the other networks or what they were carrying?
You mean some of those little cartoon things got as they term, a larger share of the audience?
I can't imagine a big television special like the Backstage's Safari show being beaten by animated cartoons.
Oh, well, I know I forgot to turn on my TV set, so there was one listener you didn't have, or viewer.
Of course, there was a 20-minute section in the middle of the show where I tap danced and Mary and Harry did Shakespeare. That might not compete with animation too well. Well, out with it, Greg. You sound as if you're holding something back from us. Give us the bad
According
news.
to Dwayne, this is the first time in history that they could figure that there was no sampling discovered watching our special.
Uh-huh. By that you mean no one was watching the network we were on?
You mean nobody was watching our program?
Precisely.
Well, the engineers were watching it in the control room, but they don't fill in on the rating, I guess, do they?
Here in New York, you had 0 women between ages 18 and 25.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
0 men between 18 and 25.
How about the 25 to 49 group?
But in the 25 to 49 group, you had 0 women.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And in the men,
I know, 0.
that's right, Mary.
I saw you writing down all those zeros, and I began to think you were just making a little design there, kind of doodling as he was telling you about the show.
Dwayne said he himself didn't watch the show. So I don't think TV is the answer for us.
You mean they won't be asking us to produce another special of any kind
Well,
in the near future?
I don't know as TV is the end-all. I mean, we could do lots of other things.
Oh, there are other fields to
Well,
conquer.
Like what?
Yes, like what, Calvin? Yeah, like what?
Well, let's go in the restaurant business. Well, what kind of a restaurant do you have in mind? A steakhouse or something like that?
Well, they're pretty common. I should think should be something out of the... Maybe some kind of a fast food operation would be... they
Well,
seem
what's
to be
left? You got all the fast food hamburger places and chicken and,
yeah.
And you have fish and chips, and you have what is it? Pizza. What else is there?
That's about the fast food industry.
Is there a big market for hot omelets and radio dispatch trucks and things like that?
I love omelets, all kinds. Western omelets, or mushroom,
Cheese, jelly, of course.
cheese.
But I don't know. Is there a big market for them to go around town in a radio-operated truck delivering them?
What do you mean, Mary? We'd take
Well-
orders here at home, and you'd make them, and then we'd send them out in a truck driven by Calvin, perhaps?
Yes, and then there'd be a radio in the truck so we could talk to him while he was delivering it and tell him to hurry up and so forth.
Might even outfit the truck so he could make them in the truck on the way to whoever ordered it.
No, that's beginning to make a little sense to me.
Omelets, eh?
Yes, and then you could probably have the truck decorated like a big egg or something.
Yes, I can see
Or
it
a
now.
chicken. So the motif would,
Yes.
come alive
Uh-huh.
to people. They say, oh, there goes the famous Backstage's omelet truck.
Would be quite a convenience to be able to pick up the phone and say, would you send me 2 Western omelets, please?
Are they going up the idea of maybe specializing in scungili?
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 Scungili. Is that octopus, you mean?
I guess that's what it is, isn't it? Scungili?
That doesn't... You mean
Is there a big market for that? I can see
fast food
I can
octopus
see kids
operation?
with the thick shake and a hamburger, but I can't see them with a scungili, whatever, and a thick shake.
No, I don't think
No.
the two go together.
No, they don't seem to go together, scungili and a thick shake.
No. And
You
you
want
can't,
whatever it is you want. You want a thick shake with it.
And you want to be able to serve it fast, too. I think
Yeah.
maybe just, well, let's think about it a while. Maybe we'll come up with something. So far, omelet's a pretty good idea, though. Oh, let me get the phone and see who it is. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Backstage.
Yes, this is Harry Backstage.
I don't know as you know me.
Who is this?
My name is Nelson.
Yes?
Mickelbar Nelson.
Yes, Mr. Nelson.
I'm in the franchise food business. I think I have a deal that you couldn't pass up.
And our friends, still excited over the prospect of opening a restaurant, look forward to meeting Mr. Mickelbar Nelson. Now, a short time later...
Now, do you suppose that there will be room in this business for me to invest?
Of course, Calvin. There'll be room for all of our friends.
We'll all put in our money, and we'll all have a lovely business.
I think it's kind of exciting. What kind of a business is it? Do you know yet, Harry? No, he didn't say. He just said it's something that we'd be mighty interested in and couldn't say no to.
Well, we have it exclusive here in Skunk Haven. By that I mean, we have competition right across the street. you suppose?
I don't think so, Mary. He seemed to think this was something that there isn't anything else like it around.
Well, that's one of the first questions I'd ask Mr. Nelson when he gets here is, will you have it exclusively? And,
Say, there's the door now. I bet that's Mr. Nelson. Let me go and let him in. Don't appear too anxious, Mary.
No, we'll be hard to get. Yeah, we'll play it real cool.
There we go. How do you do, sir?
How you do?
I'm handsome Harry Backstage, Broadway star, beloved idol of a million other women. This is my wife, Mary.
How you do?
This is Calvin Hookoven, our next-door neighbor and pop
do?
beloved.
Hello.
Stage doorman. How do you do?
How you do? Here's
Sit
my
down.
card, Mr. Backstage.
Sit down, Mr. Nelson.
I'm in the franchise fast food business.
You know, it's such a coincidence
And,
that you called just as we were talking about the very
The,
same thing.
Idea came
Sit
to
down,
me
sit
that
down,
you
sit down.
folks would be interested.
Sit down, Mr. Nelson.
No, I'll just so it stand. Want to get this over to you as quickly as possible.
All right.
Get your yes or no or whatever.
All right, shoot.
Well, we're going to be very cool. We're not going to be too anxious anyway, Mr. Nelson.
Oh, well, okay. Well, here's the idea. I think you folks better sit down. This is going to strike you as a real surprise.
Yes. Can't wait to hear what it is.
How would you like to have a restaurant that specializes in toast?
Toast.
toes?
Toast.
Toast.
And so Mickelbar Nelson tells Harry what his franchise business is all about, and our friends begin to learn the details of their next venture. Be sure to be with us next time when we'll hear Calvin say,
Oh, and then you furnish the bread, is that it?
that's in the next exciting episode of Merry Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. New Year's Eve in Skunk Haven, an opening night for Mary and Harry's fast food restaurant, the House of Toast. All-day business has been brisk, and now as Klieg lights dance across the sky, we join them in here.
Say, we need some more foil bags up front for the...
bags coming up.
Okay.
Oh, well, haven't had a breather all afternoon.
My, it's amazing how people, order the toast, put it in the foil bag, and run out to the car and then sit there and eat it.
Right. What seems to be the biggest seller, have you been able to tell, Mary, so far?
It's the toast plain. That's been the #1 favorite.
Toast and butter, eh?
Yeah.
Foil bags, Calvin.
Okay, thank you, very good.
Here's some more of that pre-wrapped butter to go in the machine.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nelson also had a good idea on whether you wanted buttered on the near side or the far side of the toast.
I still haven't been able to figure that out yet.
Well, it's whether you want the butter on here. I'll show you. You see, this would be the near side.
Which side?
This one.
Well,
And then
why
over-
is that any different than the
Well,
other
it's-
side?
It's nearer to me.
Oh,
It'll be
nearer.
nearer to you. Then on the other side would be the far side. Now, if you butter on the far side, it'll be different than buttering on the near side.
And holding it that way, you'd be buttering your fingers, wouldn't you, if you buttered on the far side?
I would be buttering my fingers.
Well, you're holding it with your left hand, the knife with the butter is in your right hand.
Right. But I just buttered the
Let me see you butter the far side of that piece of
Hey,
toast.
just like that. It's no problem,
Well, now look
Harry.
at your hand. See
not
your
on
left
my
hand covered with butter.
Oh, it's the toast.
Oh, I don't think that's the way to do it at all.
300 slices coming up.
Right. And butter them on the near side.
That's
Hey,
up to you to butter them out front. I don't
Hey.
butter them back here. I just
Dry up and make the toast.
Quiet, both of you. This is no way to run a
Hey,
good business.
Hey,
What?
look up back there.
What?
A lot of earth-moving equipment. They're going to put in a parking lot, I suppose, for us.
Maybe it'll be a shopping mall. Will bring us a lot more customers.
Now, isn't that a stroke of luck?
People can do their shopping and come over here for a piece of toast afterwards.
Right. Oops. Hit the toaster.
I think we've struck some good luck at last. And so our friends notice some earth-moving equipment being brought up a few yards to the rear of the House of Toast. You want to be here next time when we'll hear Mickelbar Nelson say,
Well, I haven't heard anything about a parking lot.
that's in the next exciting episode of Merry Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. It's early afternoon in the richly appointed Manhattan office of Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with Mary. On the telephone, he's apparently wrapping up an important deal as we hear.
Something like $250,000 above the line, and I figure here $386,000 below the line. So that should give us a profit figure of somewhere around $6,836,000 for 13 weeks. Yes. Well, my projections here would be over a period of 2 years, something like $44 million net. Right. Goodbye. Yes?
Mr. Marlowe, there's a Harry Backstage to see you.
Oh, send them right in.
Thank you.
Come in,
Hello, Mr. Marlowe.
Harry.
Do you remember me, Harry Backstage Jr.?
Why, Harry Backstage Jr.
Guess you thought it was my dad, the famous Broadway star, beloved
Why?
idol of a million other women.
I certainly did. It's...
This is my friend Neil. Neil,
Hi.
say hello to Greg
Hi.
Marlowe,
Hi,
young
Mr.
playwright
Marlowe.
secretly in love with my mother.
Hello there. Hello, Neil. No, it's... I haven't seen you, Harry Jr., since, I guess your christening.
Yeah,
You've changed quite a bit.
I don't remember that. I've been away for a while.
Yeah, he's been away, Mr. Marlowe, for a long time. You
And
know
I
where he
came-
was? He was digging...
I'll tell him, Neil.
for exotic shells and dry tortugas.
I was digging for exotic shells, and you'll never guess where, Mr. Marlowe.
Where, dry tortugas?
Dry tortugas. And I came home to Skunk Haven. I saw the lights on, came in, and lo and behold, there's my schoolmate, Neil.
I was there, and nobody else was there, and he said to me, he said, Mr. Marlowe, he said, Neil, where's my parents? Well, that's a funny question to ask because they've been wondering where you were. You haven't been in school since September, I said to him.
And then Neil said, I haven't seen these parents of yours for the past several weeks, and I'd suggest you go to Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with Mary, and ask him where they are.
Mr. Marlowe, we don't know where the Backstagers are. That is, the parents.
That's what we've come here for, to find out.
Say, come to think of it, I haven't seen Harry or Mary for weeks now. I don't know where they are.
So Harry Jr. and his friend Neil appeal to Greg Marlowe for help in locating Harry's parents. And Greg offers his assistance when our story continues and we hear him say,
Put that cigar back in the box.
That's in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Just as things at the House of Toast seemed to be running smoothly, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin were shanghaied by Captain Wolf Larsen aboard his pirate ship, the Rita B. Now, nearly 24 hours at sea, the captain calls for all hands on deck as we hear...
Now then, I want you all to listen and listen real hard. I'm handing out some chores today to my new crew members. Now then, you, Ms. Backstage, you're handy with a paintbrusher here.
Mary's a very good painter, Captain Larsen.
I've done, kitchens and bedrooms, things like that.
Very good. Then, you're just the one we want to get up there and paint the crow's nest.
Why, that's a good 100 feet in the air, Captain Larsen, up that mast.
How do I get up there?
Why, you climb up, ma'am. See, there's a rope ladder there. You just scoot right up till you get to the crow's nest.
Well, Captain Larsen, Mary's always been afraid of heights. I don't know whether she could climb that rope ladder with a bucket of paint.
A little dizzy on a step ladder. Never mind climbing up a rope ladder to the crow's nest.
I'll volunteer for it, Captain Larsen.
No, I don't want no volunteers around here. When I want volunteers, I'll certainly be asking for volunteers.
Better be quiet, Pop.
Why?
You all right, Pop?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Anybody else want to volunteer to paint the crow's nest?
No, I guess Mary's got the job, Captain
I
Larsen.
don't think I want to do it. Have you got any assignments for me?
Yeah, now I want you to go below to the galley and report to the good cook down there and tell him that you're ready for work. Hard work.
Yes, sir.
How about me, Captain Larsen? Maybe
No,
you'd like
dear.
the deck scraped or something.
No, I have something better for you now, Backstage.
Oh,
the
good.
bilges need to be pumped,
The bilges.
aired, and then painted a sea-going gray.
Now, where would they be, Captain Larsen? Which direction?
Well, Blacktooth will show you to the bilge a little bit later. When I count 3, you're all going to hop to your job anyway.
Now then, let me see. I'm going to go to the galley.
I'm going to go to the crow's nest.
I'm going to be shown to the bilges.
What's Pop going to do?
Yeah, what am I going to do?
You're going to go to the galley, too. You and Calvin here are going to work with the good cook down there.
Hey, I think we got a pretty good assignment, Calvin. Sorry about the bilges, Harry.
Oh, well,
Funny
they're not
that-
that bad.
Funny that they would go below decks or to the kitchen or galley, whatever they call it, and he gives me this awful job of climbing up 100 and some odd feet on a... Well, it doesn't
Well, I guess
seem right.
he thinks it's an easy job, Mary, so better make the best of it.
All right, now, you all got your assignments, ain't you?
Yep, we do.
All right. When I count 3, move. What?
And so Captain Larsen hands out the assignments to our friends, and Mary begins to climb the rope ladder to the crow's nest. You'll want to be here next time when we'll hear Calvin say,
Would you pass the salt, please?
That's in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's a few minutes after yesterday's episode now, aboard Captain Wolf Larson's pirate ship, the Rita B. Calvin and Pop have served him his evening mess. Harry is cleaning the bilges as we see Mary high on the mainmast, painting the crow's nest. And strange thoughts go through Mary's mind.
This is the highest I think I've ever been in my life. It's so scary up here all alone. Just me and the gulls or terns or whatever kind of birds they are you find at sea. The loneliness of the crow's nest. One good thing about painting a crow's nest, though, if you miss a spot, as painters call them holidays, nobody will ever find out, I think. Oh, I'm getting a little seasick. Where have the birds gone? Where is everybody? It's so still and quiet, as though we were in the eye of a storm. Oh my. Oh! It's a downpour.
Mary! Mary, it's me, Harry.
Oh, yes.
I'm here too, Mary.
How do I get down from here?
I don't know. Where's Black Pemberton, Blacktooth Pemberton? Maybe we should call him to help her down.
I haven't seen anybody. I've just been up here getting sick as can be.
Well, that mast is swaying crazily back and forth, Mary.
Almost 180 degrees from one side to the other.
Oh, here comes Captain Larson, Mary. Hang on. Captain, are we in some kind of a storm?
Why, matey, this be a rainstorm. We just sailed through the eye. When you get down near Dry Tortugas, you run into this kind of weather all the time.
Well, we've got to get Mary
Keep
down.
on to painting up there, ma'am. I want that job done.
But she can't paint in this kind of stormy weather, Captain.
What do you mean she can't? Why...
Better not argue with the captain, Harry. Is there any way we can't get her down, Captain Larson?
Not until the job be done. There's a tarpaulin up there, Miss Backstage. Cover yourself in the crow's nest and keep painting till it's done.
Cover yourself with the tarp, Mary.
Why, I can't do that. I'm sick. I want to go home.
Well, there's no way you can come down until the job's done.
I want to go home.
Tell her she ain't going home until that job is done.
You're not going home until the job is done, Mary.
And we sail around the world.
Even if we sail around the world.
3 years she's going to be on this booming tub with me and you and all of us.
3 years?
3 years.
3 years?
Before the mast.
So the storm hits the Rita B as she makes her way through the South Atlantic waters to the Dry Tortugas. You ought to be here on Monday when we'll hear Calvin say,
"Why don't you jump, Mary?"
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Aboard the pirate ship Rita B, Captain Wolf Larson has had a change of heart and has invited everyone to attend a gala party in the grand saloon of the vessel. And as we join our friends, we hear,
I think we ought to have a party on this here tub.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Captain Larson.
Oh, how exciting. I love a party at sea and lovely dance and everything.
Yeah, it's a long time since we've heard any music or really had a happy time.
Now then, what'll we do for music? Anybody
Well,
here play an instrument?
I didn't bring my harmonica. Maybe I could find one someplace.
I play violin, but I never take it with me.
I can play the piano a little bit, but I see you don't have one here in the grand saloon.
I can play on the linoleum.
You hear that, Captain Larson?
I like a young man with a good sense of humor.
Oh, Calvin's got a good sense of humor, all right.
Play on the linoleum.
Maybe you have some other members of your crew that could be musicians, Captain. Do you know about that?
Well, now, do you have any suggestions?
No, I don't. Calvin, you're a good hummer. You could hum some music. You too, Bob.
Well, I don't know whether it'd be dance music or not.
What do you mean, No instruments on board? Anybody could play like a saxophone or a banjo or electric guitar or anything?
It appears that way.
Well, I suppose I could hum.
Give us a sample of how it would
Wait
sound,
a minute.
Calvin.
Let me just see if I can visualize this. You mean we'll have a dance here on the Rita B in my saloon, and the music will be humming?
Well, that's what we're suggesting, Captain Larson.
Well, let me see what it sound like. Calvin, are you the hummer?
Well, I could hum, yes.
I am too, but I can't remember a good dance
Listen,
song.
I don't have any license for music here, so you better hum public domain music.
Oh, that'll make it easier. How about take me out to the ball game for
I
a
could hum
starter?
to that, sure. Do-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Here, let's dance, Harry.
All right, Barry. I'll lead. How do you like it, Captain Larson?
Not bad at all.
Oh,
How many of these public domain songs can you hum?
Oh, I guess there's quite a few of them.
Oh, I'm thinking offhand there's like Annie Laurie and
Old folks at home,
Old
all
Folks
those
at
Stephen
Home.
Foster things are PD.
Are they really?
Sure.
Well, so
we'll
we
have a-
wouldn't have any trouble filling up a little, well, maybe 3 or 4 dances.
And a short while later,
Dum 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 dee dee dum 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 dum.
oh, how'd you like that,
That
Barry?
means end of the dance when I go dump diddy dump dump.
Oh, that was
I
very
didn't
good.
know what that was.
Fine.
Sit over here, Mary. Down at
Pretty
this,
good
table.
humming there. So, sit down here. Enjoy some of the punch that Begally made up
Oh,
for me.
very good. We are having such a good time, Captain
Oh,
Larson.
it really is. So
Yeah.
exciting.
It's hard to believe that we may see the dry tortugas tomorrow. And so Mary and Harry, Calvin and Pop enjoy a feeling of well-being in the grand saloon of the Rita B. In our next episode, there's a hint of what the future holds when we'll hear Mary say,
Stop it, Greg.
That's in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Our story begins where we left it last time. In the dry Tortugas, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin are setting out to find food and water, since there's no telling how long they may be marooned. And on the beach, we hear...
You know, the first thing we learned when I was in the service is you got to find water. You got to make plans to survive.
That's right. Well, there should be some
service
fresh water.
were you in anyway?
Yeah, I never heard you were in the service, Calvin.
Well, when I was a scout is what I mean.
A Boy Scout.
When I was a Boy Scout.
Oh, sure.
They used to teach you to live off the land. Oh, get out of here. What
Oh.
does that mean? They sting, too. They
Oh,
only take
they
a bite.
stick right on you, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Well, let's start doing something. We don't want to just stand here getting a suntan.
What do you mean, play tag or something?
No, let's go find water and see if there's any food. Maybe there's some other people here in the dry
All right,
Tortugas.
somebody has to take charge here. Harry, why don't you tell us which way to go?
Well, I'd say let's go north.
All of us?
Well, yes, or we can...
Well, wait a minute. Why don't I go one way, you go one way, you go one way, and you go one way?
Yeah, that would be... I think your idea of having each of us go in a different direction would be good. I could go to the north of the island, you to the south, Mary to the east, and Pop to the west.
I'm going to go over and cut myself a green stick with a hook or a crook on it and try to walk around and see if it'll work down here, like a dowsing or...
Well, it might. I think you got to have a particular kind of wood.
I think if you men had any... Do you...
What's the matter, Mary?
Well, it's silly. I think I keep hearing merry-go-round music.
Merry-go-round. Merry-go-round.
The heat can get you that way, Mary.
Boy,
No doubt about that.
Gotta get under a coconut tree there where there's a little relief from the heat.
And, no, I'm going to say another thing.
Wait. Go ahead, Calvin. What were you going to say?
I was going to say maybe we ought to build a boat, too, and make plans to get off this place.
What?
And, wait a minute.
What? I don't think we'll be here that long, Calvin. Certainly there should be a fishing party along here before long.
Wait, I want to talk to Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? What's the matter?
Well, do I look stupid or what?
Well, do I have to answer right away?
Reasonably so, yes.
What's the matter, Calvin? You got a strange look on your face.
Well, I think I hear merry-go-round music, too.
Funny, I thought I did myself. How about you, Barry?
Yes, I heard it, but I haven't heard it.
Wait, I think I hear it now, too.
Let's listen.
No. I guess it's just you three.
Funny, you know, your mind can play real tricks on you when you get off in a forsaken place like this.
Oh,
yeah,
oh yes, now I hear it.
Oh, no. That's only in our minds.
Well, is the semi-tropical sun beginning to get to our friends? Do they hear a real carousel? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we may learn the answer as we hear Calvin say,
"Listen, I hear a carousel."
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. And before we go any further, audience, let's take a look at today's rundown and see if there are some things here that you're going to like. We're going to have Flaming Bombadine, whom we've promised so often.
Oh, you're kidding.
He's going to be here to do an unusual circus act that we think you'll like.
Boy, of all the shows to get tickets
Going to be saluting another Honor City, well, the first Honor City.
That one out with the
A series of them, and we'll be beginning that today. Going to have a commercial. Audience, I see you smiling at that. And then we'll be calling in Wally Ballou for a new feature from Idlewild Airport.
People to see this show.
Look, will somebody get rid of that troublemaker? The rest of the audience seems very pleased with the roundup. Right out that way.
Come on. Watch it.
Okay, fine. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, our friends thought their ears were playing tricks on them when they all heard what sounded like a carousel. Now, as they all agree that the sound is real, we hear Mary say,
"Well, come on, let's see if we can track it down. I thought at first it was the figment of my imagination, but now that you've heard it, Calvin."
"Yeah, I've heard it."
"And you've heard it too, Pop."
"Yep, I have."
"Harry, you've heard it."
"I have. I was the last to hear it, but I do now. I know that's a carousel."
"We know that's not a figment of anybody's imagination. That's a real live carousel with a calliope sound."
"But what would it be doing on one of these barren islands in the dry Tortugas?"
"Well, the only thing I could think of is maybe there's an amusement park around here that we don't know of."
"Yes, we don't know that these are all uninhabited. You know, there are 10 islands here that make up the group, and some have a bird station on them, others have a laboratory."
"But I find it hard to believe that Captain Wolf Larson would put us ashore on an island where there's an amusement park and everything like that."
"Maybe he just wanted us to have a little fun."
"Oh, you know Captain Larson."
"Come on, Bob."
"That's not Captain Larson. The one thing he doesn't want you to have is fun unless he gets hit in the head and has a personality change."
"Yeah, that's right. You never could count on that either."
"Well, it seems he was having a nice personality when he dropped us, so it could be that he picked a nice spot here where there's an amusement park."
"Oh, I think he had a change of personality, Mary, when he set sail away from here. I think he was in a bad frame of mind."
"Oh, it's so hard for me to recall anything. I wish I was back home at House of Toast, just standing back at the counter, buttering them on the far side or the near side, however they want."
"Doesn't that sound nostalgic? Just the name, House of Toast, brings back a flood of memories."
"What I wouldn't give now for one of those thick prune shakes. Oh, boy."
"Well, don't feel too bad, Calvin. We'll be back there sooner or later."
"I even agree. I think I'd like a prune shake right now. It sounds so good, icy cold, and Nice piece of toast, buttered on the far side.
Well, come on, let's push through the brush here and head for the sound that maybe will lead to people.
What's that?
It may lead to people when we get to the carousel.
Just got thinking about the House of Toast and how much fun it would be there. I wonder who's running it for us in our absence.
Oh, somebody probably stepped in.
Neil, I think.
Yes, Neil might have taken
I left
over.
a note saying that if we didn't show up for Neil to go over to House of Toast. He seems like a good, trustworthy young man.
Oh, Neil is the salt of the earth, of course.
Wonder where Harry Jr. is.
Harry who?
Harry Jr., our son.
Oh, our son. I don't know. He has been missing for some time.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we're getting close to it.
That really is a carousel. There's no doubt about it.
Got to be, but what's it doing way out here in the dry Tortugas? Getting closer.
Just up this dune and then, Hey!
What is it, Calvin?
It's a carousel!
And so our friends at last do come to a carousel. They're on this deserted key, but is it deserted? Be sure and be here on Monday when we'll hear Calvin say,
I think it's a mirage.
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Merry Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Merry Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's moments after our last episode now in the dry Tortugas as Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin have tracked down the sound of the carousel. And as they stand at the top of a sand dune looking down, we hear Calvin say,
Hey, you know what?
What, Calvin?
It's a carousel.
You mean to say there is a real carousel? Let me look.
Way out here in the middle of nowhere. A carousel. I don't understand this.
You're right, it is, unless it's a mirage, but it looks pretty real.
Hey, you know, that could be a mirage.
Well, there's
We're
only
out
one
here
way to find out, Calvin. Let's go to it.
on these sand dunes.
With this heat, this blazing sun.
Isn't that a remarkable thing? Now, that had to be brought here by somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And set up. But why? There's no amusement park. There's no pavement. It's just stuck in the middle of it'd be a sandy beach.
Maybe we'll learn the answers to some of your questions a bit later, Barry, when we arrive at the carousel. Well, we're practically up to it now.
Oh, sure.
It's going around pretty rapidly, too.
It has the horses that go up and down, and then it has the ones that don't do a thing and just sit there. I hate the ones that just sit there.
Oh, I know. There's no action there at all.
That's awful. If it doesn't go up and down, I wouldn't want to ride on it.
Hey, you know what I just noticed? There's nobody riding on it. Just going around empty.
Well, I noticed that a long time ago.
Oh, yes, we all noticed that, I'm
That's
sure.
the first thing we noticed.
Oh, really?
That's one of the things you notice about a carousel. If there's anybody on it or not, that's the first thing that impresses you.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yes. The first thing you look at the carousel, if there's nobody on it, you mentally make a note that there's nobody on that
Hey, you know
carousel.
something else I just noticed? There's nobody running the controls of it. Oh, we noticed that too, Pop.
Now, that is truly amazing.
Just running by itself.
I wonder how long it's been going around like this.
What kind of power do these things use, do you know, Calvin?
Well, they usually have some kind of a generator out back, gasoline-powered engine that turns the belt, and then it turns the whole thing around.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't see any sign of that either, do you?
No, I don't.
There it stopped. Oh, there it goes again.
Look at that. Anybody want to ride?
Well, why not? I mean, let's get on there and then worry about it later.
Sure. I've ridden one of these things since I was a child.
I think over, usually, to one side or in the center, there's always the control where the man stops it and starts it.
Right, that's right.
But I don't see any sign of that.
Here, Mary.
Right in the middle.
Give me your hand. I'll help you on. You all right, Calvin?
Oh, you're all right. Oh, that really smarts.
Come on aboard. It's really great.
And it's free.
And so our friends climb aboard the carousel in the Tortugas. And you want to learn more of this mystery tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
"Here comes somebody now."
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.